Alright, picture this. You live in a house taller than the Statue of Liberty. You've got a room that literally makes snow and your garage. Oh, just 168 luxury cars. Custom Rolls-Royces, rare Ferraris, you name it. Crazy, right? That's just a regular day for the Ambanis. But hold on, it gets even wilder. We're talking billion-dollar homes, weddings that cost more than blockbuster movies, and yeah, they once spent $600 million on a single wedding. 600 million! By the end of this video, you'll feel like you've stepped into a fairy tale where too much isn't even a thing. Let's dive in. Who are the Ambanis? Alright, before we dive into the jaw-dropping stuff, let's talk about the family behind all this madness. Because, let's be real, it's not every day you hear about people living on this level. It all started with Dhirubhai Ambani, the OG self-made man. He was the son of a school teacher, grew up in a small town in Gujarat and had nothing but a big dream. He started out trading spices and textiles, and before anyone knew it, he built Reliance Industries, now one of the biggest companies in the world. Not bad for a guy who started with pretty much nothing, right? When Dhirubhai passed away in 2002, his empire was split between his two sons, Mukesh and Anil. But let's be honest, Mukesh is the one who really took things to the next level. His net worth, $103 billion. Yup, you heard that right. Mukesh is best known for launching Jio, the mobile network that straight up changed the game in India. Before Jio, internet access was slow and crazy expensive. Mukesh came in, flipped the script, made data dirt cheap, and suddenly everyone had a smartphone. It wasn't just a business move, it was a revolution. And it shot Mukesh straight into the ranks of the richest people on the planet. Oh, and when they're not redefining industries, the Ambanis dominate the sports world too. They own the Mumbai Indians, one of the most successful teams in Indian Premier League history, with multiple championship wins. Cricket isn't just a sport in India, it's a religion. And the Mumbai Indians are its rock stars. Mukesh is married to Neeta Ambani, who's just as iconic as he is, and they've got 3 kids, Akash, Isha and Anand. But here's the thing, this family isn't just rich, they've turned being wealthy into an art form. From running Reliance to throwing the most insane parties you can imagine, the Ambanis live in a world that's part business empire, part luxury playground. So let me ask you this, if you had billions of dollars, how would you spend it? A nice house? Sure. Maybe a fancy car? Makes sense. But the Ambanis, they took those ideas and cranked them up to a level so wild, it's borderline unbelievable. What do the Ambanis spend their billions on? Weddings. More like Hollywood blockbusters. Let me tell you, Ambani weddings aren't just ceremonies, they're events. Like events so over the top, they make royal weddings look basic. Take Anant Ambani's wedding to Radhika Merchant. How much did it cost? Well, the Ambanis don't really do budgets. Let's just say they casually spent over $600 million. And get this, the wedding invite alone, $8,000 per person. Yeah, you heard that right. Why so pricey? Because the invites were so fancy, you'd need an extra closet just to store one. And who showed up? Oh, just Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, Justin Bieber, and even Rihanna, who, by the way, came out of retirement for her first full concert in 8 years. She pocketed $9 million for the gig. Meanwhile, Justin Bieber made a cool $10 million for his performance. No big deal. But they didn't stop there. The Backstreet Boys, Katy Perry, and Pitbull all performed too, while guests were whisked off on a 4-day Mediterranean cruise. I mean, at this point, was it even a wedding or a billionaire music festival? The guest list was basically Hollywood and Bollywood's greatest hits collide. Kim and Khloe Kardashian turned heads, Tony Blair brought some political flair, John Cena added a little wrestling spice, and Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas brought that global glam. Oh, and even FIFA president Gianni Infantino was there. Epic! And let's talk about the gifts. Guests didn't just leave with a thank you card. Nope, they walked out with customized Louis Vuitton designer bags stuffed with high-end goodies like handcrafted saris from Banaras, Kashmir and Rajkot. The VVIPs? They got luxury watches worth $9,000 each from brands like Audemars Piguet. Basically, it was a private shopping spree just for showing up. As for the bride, Oh, she was welcomed into the family with a Bentley Continental GTC Speed worth over $300,000 and an $80 million villa in Dubai's ultra-exclusive Palm Jumeirah. That's right, $80 million. Meanwhile, I'm over here debating if I can justify splurging on a coffee machine. So yeah, Ambani weddings are in a league of their own, and trust me, this isn't even the only one. They've pulled off a few of these blockbusters. To put it into perspective, this wedding dwarfed the legendary royal wedding of Princess Diana and Prince Charles. If we're using the current exchange rate, then their wedding cost around $163 million. Quite a huge sum, but peanuts compared to the Ambani merchant spectacle. And then there was Akash Ambani's wedding to Shloka Mehta. I mean, the Ambanis basically turned the Swiss Alps into a magical winter wonderland, complete with performances by Maroon 5 and Coldplay. It wasn't just another wedding, it too was a full-blown music festival for billionaires. Nobody really knows how much the whole thing cost, but let's be honest, the Ambanis don't do anything halfway. Just the wedding invitation alone, on that occasion, $1,800 each. Yeah, that's just for the invite. But the real flex was the pre-wedding party. Over 800 guests showed up, and they flew in nearly 500 staff members to make sure everything was perfect. You have the king of Bollywood, Shah Rukh Khan and his wife Gauri, Priyanka Chopra, Aishwarya Rai and Abhishek Bachchan all in attendance. And it wasn't just Bollywood stars. Big names like the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon and his wife were there too, along with Google CEO Sundar Pichai and his wife Anjali. Oh, and the gifts? Unreal! Nita Ambani gave her future daughter-in-law the Muawadla incomparable necklace. And when I say incomparable, I mean it. This thing is worth $55 million. It's got 91 diamonds, including a giant 407-carat yellow diamond hanging from a chain made of over 229 carats of white diamonds and 18-carat rose gold. Yeah, just your everyday wedding gift, right? And we definitely can't skip over the wedding of Mukesh Ambani's daughter, Isha Ambani. When you're part of one of the richest families in the world, it only makes sense if you'd marry into another one. Naturally, right? That's exactly what Isha did when she tied the knot with Anand Piramal back in 2018. Anand's no ordinary guy. He's the son of Ajay Piramal, a billionaire pharma tycoon with a net worth of about $3.9 billion, according to Forbes. Casual power couple vibes, anyone? But here's the thing, the wedding was insane even before it officially started. At the pre-wedding Sangeet ceremony, the headliner, Beyoncé. Yup, Queen Bee herself flew in to perform a private 45-minute concert just for the wedding guests. Rumor has it she pocketed between $4 to $5 million for that performance. Oh, and the total wedding bill? Over $100 million. Because why not? Now that we've talked about their absolutely over-the-top weddings, let's check out their homes. Because, trust me, they're nothing short of breathtaking. Let's talk about Antilia, the Ambani family's home in Mumbai, because this place is seriously on another level. It's one of the most expensive houses in the world, named after some mysterious island in the Atlantic, and it's sitting pretty on Altamount Road, also known as Billionaire's Row. Yep, the address says it all. Construction started back in 2004 and wrapped up in 2010, and let me tell you, this isn't just a house, it's a skyscraper. It's 27 stories tall, but because of its design, it's as high as a 40-story building. That's 568 feet of pure luxury, built by an Australian company and designed by architects from Chicago. Oh, and it follows Vastu Shastra, which is like the feng shui of Indian architecture, with shapes inspired by the lotus flower and the sun. Basically, it's part house, part engineering masterpiece. This 400,000 square foot mansion has everything you can imagine and more. 3 helipads on the roof? Check. A garage for 168 cars? Check. A state-of-the-art fitness center? Of course. And that's just scratching the surface. We're talking multiple swimming pools, a massive temple, a salon, a spa, and wait for it, an ice cream parlor. For movie nights, there's a 50-seat private theater that could rival a cinema, and because Mumbai summers are no joke, they even have a snow room that literally makes fake snow to cool you off. Plus, there are 4 floors of hanging gardens to keep the air fresh, and the price tag, $2 billion. Yup, that makes it even more expensive than the Burj Khalifa, the tallest building in the world. Antilia isn't just a home, it's a whole vibe. Antilia might be the crown jewel, but it's definitely not their only property. In August 2022, Mukesh Ambani caused quite the buzz in Dubai when he secretly bought a beach villa on the iconic Palm Jumeirah Island. And when I say villa, I mean villa. At $80 million, it was the most expensive home deal in Dubai at the time. And you know what? It wasn't even for him. It was a wedding gift for his son, Anand, and his new bride, Radhika. Because again, why not? The mansion is massive, 3,000 square feet, and it's tucked away on the northern part of the man-made island. This place has everything: 10 bedrooms, an open kitchen and dining area, indoor and outdoor pools, a salon, a bar, and a spa. Oh, and let's not forget the private beach. Yup, a whole 70 meters of it just for the family. Talk about the dream honeymoon. Mukesh Ambani isn't just buying homes, he's also buying entire hotels. His latest power move? Snagging a majority share in the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in New York City. And get this, it cost him over $98 million. This place is fancy. It's in the Time Warner Center, covering the 35th to 54th floors, and it's right next to Central Park. Talk about prime real estate. The hotel is known for its sleek, elegant design and jaw-dropping views. Even the basic rooms are super swanky, with stylish furniture, Chinese-inspired decor, and fresh flowers everywhere to set the mood. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you hear about the amenities. There's a massive 14,500 square foot spa where you can completely zone out, a state-of-the-art fitness center, and a 75-foot swimming pool with stunning views of the Hudson River. Oh, and the dining. World class, of course. Basically, it's luxury on steroids. And then there's Stoke Park, this 300-acre estate in England that looks like it's straight out of a fairy tale fantasy. In 2021, Mukesh Ambani made headlines when he dropped $70 million on this incredible property in southeast England. We're talking sprawling gardens, picturesque parks, and shimmering lakes. It's the kind of place that makes you feel like royalty just walking around. This estate has serious history. It's over 1,000 years old. The centerpiece, the Grand Mansion House, was designed in the Gregorian style by the famous architect James Wyatt between 1790 and 1813. Fun fact, one of its rooms, the Wyatt Room, actually inspired parts of the Oval Office in the White House. Pretty cool, right? And Stoke Park isn't just about architecture, it's got royal ties too. Queen Elizabeth I once owned it before selling it to Sir Edward Coke, England's first Lord Chief Justice. After switching hands a few times, it finally landed in Mukesh Ambani's portfolio. Oh, and if you ever binged Netflix's The Crown, you might have already seen this place. Some of the scenes were filmed right there at Stoke Park. And we can't skip their ancestral home in Gujarat. It's got a special place in Mukesh Ambani's heart. This house in Chorwad, Gujarat, is where Mukesh feels connected to his roots and all the family history that came before him. It's over 100 years old and it's been in the Ambani family for generations. In fact, it's where his father, Dhirubhai Ambani, was born and raised. Here's a little backstory. In the early 1900s, Dhirubhai's grandfather, Jamanadas Ambani, rented part of this house. Fast forward to 2002, and the Ambanis went ahead and bought the whole property for an undisclosed price. The home sits on 1.2 acres of land surrounded by trees, flowers, and gorgeous gardens. The design is classic Gujarati, with a central courtyard, a cozy veranda, and rooms full of that old-world charm. If you thought their real estate game was impressive, wait till you see how they travel. It's on a whole different level. Enjoying the billionaire vibes? Hit subscribe. It's free. Unlike their $9 million watches, when it comes to travel, the Ambanis don't just skip economy. They've left first class in the dust too. Mukesh owns India's first Boeing business jet, and get this, it's worth $120 million. This isn't just a plane, it's basically a flying palace decked out like a 5-star hotel in the sky. And that's not all. This beauty went through an insane luxury upgrade in Basel, Switzerland in April 2023. The jet got next-level features so fancy that they had to do special flight tests in Switzerland and even make a pit stop in London just to make sure everything worked perfectly. Step inside and you'd probably forget you're even on a plane. The interiors are ridiculously spacious, with everything you'd expect in a 5-star suite, except this one's 41,000 feet up in the air. Comfort? Check. Glamour? Double check. Extravagance? Always. But of course, one jet isn't enough. The Ambani fleet is like a collector's dream lineup. We're talking an Airbus A319, 2 Bombardier Global 5000s, 2 Dassault Falcon 900s, a Bombardier Global 6000, and an Embraer ERJ 135. Oh, and they've had some of these for years, like 16 to 18 years. And just for good measure, they also own 2 helicopters, a Dolphin and a Sikorsky S-76, just for the short hops when needed. For Mukesh Ambani, the sky isn't the limit, it's where the luxuries start. And let's talk about their yacht for a second, because this thing is unreal. Shaped like a horseshoe, it's got solar panels, a 25-meter pool, a helipad, and yes, even an elevator. This isn't just a yacht, it's basically a floating palace. It set Mukesh back a cool $100 million. And get this, the solar panel roof, it's not just for show. It opens and closes to let sunlight flood into the yacht's 3 floors, making the whole place feel open, bright, and ridiculously fancy. And climbing stairs, forget about it. There's an elevator connecting all the decks, making it as easy to navigate as it's luxurious. But that's just the start. There's a helipad for the ultimate arrival, guest suites that could rival 5-star hotels, a sauna, a massage room, and a full-on spa to unwind in style. Feel like mingling? Head to the piano lounge bar or kick back in a massive outdoor space to soak up the sun. And the pool, it's 25 meters long, giving you plenty of space to take a dip or just chill by the water. At 58 meters long and 38 meters wide, this yacht is huge. It's not just a way to escape the chaos of Mumbai, it's a statement, one that screams ultimate luxury. Its name? Well, that's one of the things they've kept secret. But wait, it's not just about the skies and the seas. The Ambanis know how to turn heads on ground level too. Let's take a look at their insane car collection. The Ambanis don't just own luxury cars, they basically got their own auto museum. They call it the Geo Garage, and it's packed with everything from Bentleys and Lamborghinis to ultra-rare Ferraris and Rolls-Royces. And these aren't your regular showroom cars either. They're all customized to match the family's exact tastes. Even their security team rolls in style. They've got 4 Mercedes-AMG G63s leading their convoy, making it look more like a high-end car show than just a security detail. Everything about it screams power, luxury, and you do not want to mess with us. So let's dive into this insane collection and break down just how much money fuels Mukesh Ambani's love for cars. Spoiler alert, it's gonna blow your mind. Mukesh Ambani and his family don't just drive any luxury car. They were the first in India to own the ultra-fancy Mercedes Maybach S660 Guard. And this isn't just about looking good, it's fully armored, making it as tough as the cars used by kings, presidents, and top politicians. The price tag, a cool $1.26 million. But you're not just paying for style. Cranking out 523 horsepower, and even with all that armor, this thing can shift from 0 to 60 in just 7.9 seconds. Pretty wild for a car that's basically a luxury tank on wheels. Up next is the BMW 760 Lee Armored, easily one of Mukesh Ambani's most secure cars. This thing is built like a fortress on wheels, loaded with top-tier safety features. The base price, around $620,000. But thanks to a massive 300% import tax and another $192,000 just for registration, the final cost skyrocketed. It's another German perfect mix of speed and security. Mukesh Ambani is so loaded, he doesn't just own one Rolls-Royce, he's got 2. One of them, the Rolls-Royce Phantom Drophead, is a ridiculously fancy convertible that comes with a price tag of about $915,000. Word is, this beauty belongs to his youngest son Anand. And how about a Bentley Bentayga? This one belongs to Mukesh Ambani's older son Akash, and it's nothing short of a masterpiece. Bought for $463,000, it's the only SUV Bentley makes, and let me tell you, it's a total showstopper. The shiny British green color and those slick carbon fiber accents on the mirrors and doors, absolute stunning. Let's talk about Nita Ambani's ride, this stunning pink Rolls-Royce Phantom 8. It's straight up Barbie vibes and totally unique. This beauty was bought in April 2024 for over $1.44 million, and it's worth every penny. What makes it stand out? The gorgeous two-tone color. The lower half is rose quartz pink and the top is velvet purple. In India, where most Rolls-Royces are black or white, this one turns heads like no other. And that's not all. It's got a shiny gold Spirit of Ecstasy, the little statue on the hood, fancy dinner plate style wheels, and even NMA, short for Nita Mukesh Ambani, embroidered on the headrests. Talk about personal touches. Now let's shift gears from luxury on wheels to luxury on wrists, because the Ambanis know how to make every second count. Anant Ambani, the youngest in the family, has a watch collection that's straight up mind-blowing. We're talking a $1.5 million Richard Mille and a $9 million Patek Philippe Grandmaster chime. And these aren't just watches, they're literal works of art. Let's start with the Richard Mille RM2702 Tourbillon Rafael Nadal. This one's a limited edition with only 50 in the entire world. Owning it is like owning a piece of treasure that barely anyone else on earth can get their hands on. But the real star of Anand's collection, the Patek Philippe Grandmaster Chime 6300G010. This isn't just about the $9 million price tag, it's the most complicated wristwatch Patek Philippe has ever made. It's got 20 different features, including a reversible case, 2 usable dials, and 6 inventions you won't find in any other watch. Making this masterpiece took almost 100,000 hours, and now it's sitting proudly in Anand's collection. Now, Mukesh Ambani, he keeps it simple when it comes to watches. He's often spotted wearing a Rolex worth $8,500 or a Vacheron Constantine priced at $9,000. Nothing rare, nothing flashy, just classic designs that aren't even sold anymore. But Kokilaben Ambani, the family matriarch, is more in line with her grandson Anand's style. As her family's wealth and success grew, so did her fashion. In 2024, at 90 years old, she was seen rocking a Bulgari Diva's Dream High jewelry watch worth over $36,000. And let's not forget her elegant saris, amazing jewelry, and even the occasional Apple Watch. Now, onto something more serious. Being one of the richest families in the world comes with its own unique challenges, especially when it comes to staying safe. When you're as rich as the Ambanis, staying safe isn't just important, it's a full-time operation. The family has Z Plus security, the highest level of protection in India. We're talking a 55-member team of highly trained guards, and their security vehicles are just as luxurious as the cars they drive for fun. Z Plus security is no joke. Only a handful of people in India have it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, for example. But here's the thing. While the PM's protection is funded by the Indian taxpayer, Mukesh has to cover his entire security bill himself. And let me tell you, it's not cheap. He was the first Indian businessman to get Z Plus security, and he's had it for over 7 years now. So how much does it all cost? Brace yourself. Mukesh spends around $25,000 a month just for Z Plus security. And that doesn't even include the fancy cars or other extras. This setup isn't just about guards. It's a full-blown fortress on wheels. It's a team of at least 55 guards, including 10 elite national security guards who are armed and ready 24/7. It's basically a personal army on standby. Plus, they roll in bulletproof vehicles like the Mercedes-AMG G63, Range Rover Vogue, and BMW X5, as per standard. And it doesn't stop there. Mukesh even provides housing and top-notch facilities for the guards. Think proper living quarters, kitchens, and bathrooms. Because when you work for the 11th richest man in the world, even the security team gets 5-star treatment. Oh, and the protection isn't just in India. The Ambanis take their Z Plus security team with them when they travel abroad too. This isn't just about personal safety. Mukesh's wealth plays a huge role in India's economy, so keeping him safe is serious business. The Ambanis may live in unmatched luxury, but they are equally committed to giving back. Through the Reliance Foundation, led by Nita Ambani, they've invested millions in healthcare, education, and disaster relief. In 2024 alone, Mukesh Ambani donated $48 million, making him one of India's top philanthropists. From building hospitals during the pandemic to funding scholarships for over 23,000 underprivileged students through their Geo Institute, they've transformed countless lives. Their efforts extend to rural communities, improving water conservation, farming, and the environment. For the Ambanis, wealth isn't just about extravagance, it's about creating a legacy of impact and responsibility. And there you have it, a glimpse into the wild, over-the-top, opulent life of the Ambani family. Drum roll, please. At Filthy Rich, we're giving them a score of 98 out of 100.